Fast X, again, is currently in theaters nationwide, and Alan Ritchson is here on the program. It's too bad that nobody else famous is in this movie, Alan.
Yes.
I feel for you, brother.
A limited cast.
Yeah, I feel for you that you finally joined this incredibly popular series, and there's nobody else in it to talk about.
It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's funny that like the barrier for entry is like an Oscar. At this point for this thing, it's incredible.
Right, exactly. But you cracked the cast, obviously.
I weaseled my way in there somehow.
So, how much of the first 9 films have you been taken in? And then you get a call saying, "Hey, do you want to be part of Fast X or what? What do you got?"
I watched them all. I'm going to say this. I was mortified as these words came out of my mouth. I was like, you are the dumbest person alive. I had watched the first one in high school, and it was transcendent. I was like, this has elevated the action genre. This is a new way to show the cars and race. I mean, it's just like a whole new ball game now for a film. And then they wanted to, I like Vin, you sort of feel like, oh, that was a cult classic, like maybe we shouldn't do another one, and so I didn't watch any other ones.
Oh.
And I let Vin know when I saw him.
Oh my God.
Then I go, hey man, I hadn't really watched any of them. I watched the first one in high school, but and I'm now that I got the part, I've seen them all, and I just love what you've been doing with the last 2 decades. And he was like, thank you. I appreciate that.
But you got a sense that not so much.
But he's spent 20 plus years
of his life.
This is his baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I've spent a couple years working on Reacher. It's such a fixture in my life. If somebody was like, thanks for having me on Reacher, man. I haven't watched any of them. You're the stupidest. Why would you say that? And this dude is decades in. I'm an idiot.
But I'm just wondering what he might have been more deeply offended by. Is that he hadn't seen it, or the fact that you were in high school at the first one of them?
That too.
Hey, old man, I haven't seen much of your work the last 20 years, but thanks for having me on.
Thanks for squeezing me in before you retire. He was very polite though. But no, so I hadn't been a huge Fast fan. Of course, I did my homework. I watched all of them.
Yes.
And the more I saw it develop, the more I was like, oh, no wonder this is like a multi-billion-dollar franchise. This is the funnest thing in the world.
Yeah, right.
And then of course you start to go like, oh man, now I have to live up to like what this thing has become. Oh my gosh, can I be a part of this?
Yes.
But it's it works, and I think I am so grateful to be a part of it at this point in space and time, because I feel like both I'm at a point in my career where it makes sense, and this franchise is at a point in the career where it's although it's sort of the beginning of the end, there's something so fresh about where this story has matured, and the cast that's assembled, and it's just a fun point to take part in this.
Yeah, my gosh, Tyrese Gibson, and obviously Vin Diesel, Jason Momoa, Jason Statham, John Cena. What was your time with Cena like?
And all the audience, Charlize.
Oh, yeah, sure, of course.
Michelle
and Brie Larson.
Right. The women too were juggernauts, and Dame Helen Mirren, living legends. You're right. Every one of them is like.
Which one could you take, Alan? Let's be honest. Let's just go throw down right now.
Why are you fishing for controversy?
I'm in the sports media.
Honest,
Yes. What is it?
We know there's nobody in that cast that I can't take. Have you seen Reacher?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Contest. Unfortunately for everybody else, I'm sorry. I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
it's what I do.
You could take all of them out.
I felt underutilized in this film as far as the action goes. I'm just going to throw that out there. We got to fix that in the next one.
Fast 11.
Yes.
Fast XI, I guess, would that be?
That's right.
Okay, very good. So Cena, could take him. You could take out Aquaman too. You could take him out. Okay.
The best Aquaman.
Okay. Yes.
I'll take my rage out on him. The fact that he got the better Aquaman wetsuit.
Okay.
Have you seen his costume versus mine? Let's not do a side by side. I'm sure there's some fans of yours out there that are already photoshopping those together. I got gypped. I had like the 1990s like paper thin orange Speedo that zipped up from the front, and I don't even know what he's wearing. Leather? What is he in? It's beautiful, whatever it is. His superhero costume looks sweet.
So what do you mean it's zipped up from the front? What are you talking about? There's a zipper in your Aquaman
in my
suit?
Aquaman thing? Yeah, dude, I had to zip into it. And it was disappointing because I actually went to a leather shop, which I didn't mind. And they were building this sick superhero suit, and then the producers go like, he would never wear leather. And so then they unravel they flick out this little Speedo that, this onesie.
Yes.
Step into that, please, and zip it up and get to set. And I was brand new, so that's what
So
don't look at the costume.
You were brand new, or the costume was brand new?
Both.
Because maybe your interpretation of Aquaman is a leather Aquaman. Leatherman becomes Aquaman.
Right.
Maybe so.
Right.
I think they were overthinking it, not you.
Exactly.
How about that?
We need to fix this. But even Momoa. Yeah, I mean, and I love Momoa. I will say you mentioned Cena. He is the most. Have you met him?
He's
the kindest human being I've ever met in my life.
Yes.
I was blown up. I mean, it was.
Why, you were thinking he'd have a little bit of wrestling attitude or something like that?
I meet a lot of people that are like threatened, and I'm not like I'm not here to fight people. Like, I just want to love everybody. I just want to be. Let's just be nice to each other. But like a lot of dudes are like, I could take you, and you're like, why do we have to do that to me? And I just sort of expect it, especially from somebody who like. Looks like a piece of walking testosterone.
But he was the opposite.
Antithesis.
No kidding.
Loveliest man in the world.
Okay, so there wasn't like any arm wrestling or anything like that on the set of Fast?
Not arm wrestle. Okay. There's always the next film, though. I'll make sure I bring that up.
Okay, very good. Alan Ritchson is here on the Rich Eisen Show.
Over the top part two.
So the success of Jack Reacher, has that kind of blown you away a little bit here?
Yeah, you can't. Look, I've been in this business for, 18, 19 years.
Yes.
I've had there have been so many moments that, the town is going like, this is it, man. This is it. This is going to be nuts. Just keep your head on the ground. Yeah. Hey, I'm calling from the studio. I'm just the guy. My only job is to make sure that you're like not getting in trouble. We're going to take good care of you. It's going to be a rocket ship, and you're like, okay. And then nothing ever pans out the way that you expect, and so, it humbles you, and you start to learn like, oh, I just need to be in this for the love of what I do and master this craft and just see how much value I can add to every project, and then let what comes from the audience, like that just is what it is,
right.
And so I sort of go into it with that mentality, especially just having come off a DC show where, I was on Titans, I played Hawk, and
yes.
and there was this huge Warner Brothers rolling out with DC this the new platform, and they were like, this is going to be monstrous. And it fizzled out. The platform's not there anymore. It got swallowed up by HBO, and it just sort of disappears. You just never know. You never know what to expect. And so I sort of go in expecting that, manage my expectations that way. And, I walk down the street now and I've got like 80-year-old grandmas that are like, Reacher, sign this napkin, and you're like, wow, everybody is watching this thing.
Oh, cool.
Everybody, one of the most watched shows out there.
So you've never been chased by grandmothers, is what you're saying?
I have
This is
now.
For you? This is the first for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was on a show called Blue Mountain State in my younger years. First show that I was on as a regular. I played a character named Thad Castle, and it was like an Animal House, kind of frat show.
Yes.
And so I've been like put in headlocks by, like drunken 18-year-olds when I walk by college camp. That's sort of what I'm used to. You know? So for like the demo to be like over 65 is it's a treat.
Now I know Sarah's deep into the Reacher books,
yeah,
right?
there's 23 books, right?
I think a little more now. His brother's writing them now.
Okay,
So
great.
they're still coming. Yeah.
Sarah, my lady, is through 18 of them, and so she's
Original
super jacked
reading.
on what season 2, which book that's going to be kind of based on.
Yeah, we shot Bad Luck and Trouble, and I love, if people enjoyed the first season, I kept saying, as we were in production, I was like, just championing, if we can just get through the first, if we can get picked up for a second season, we're off to the races.
Well, you're off to the races then.
We are. But Killing Floor was the first book, the first season was based on Killing Floor. It's a great book. It introduces the character really well. It's a very different kind of protagonist. But there are better books in the series, sort of Lee really hit his stride as start to figure out how to use Reacher, Bad Luck and Trouble is one of those books. You essentially have 4 Reachers running around. He reassembles the old 1/10, which is where he learned his set of skills, and these old colleagues are solving the case of somebody picking off the 1/10, and so you get the best of what this world could be. There's a shorthand there. It's a lot of fun.
Did you ever reach out to Tom Cruise or anybody connect you guys?
Don Granger, who runs film at Skydance, and has produced like all the Tom Cruise. He's been partnered with Tom Cruise for many years and helped put this together with Tom. He's my boss on, he's a producer on the show.
Yes.
And I said, should I reach out to Tom, like, out of respect? I feel like I wrote him a letter, and I was like, should I give this to him? Would it be like inappropriate or whatever? And he goes, I think it's best just to, if he wants to move on from this. This is, he gave it his blessing. He's totally fine with what's happening right now. Like, I think we should just leave it, So no, I've never talked to him about it.
But you wrote him a letter?
I did. I just felt like it was a respectful thing to do. Like, I appreciate
Dear Tom?
what you, dear Tom,
Dear
I appreciate it. Mr. Cruz, I appreciate what you did for the brand. I mean, I think a big part of why Reacher's so successful is because of the eyes that he brought to it. I mean, say what you want about whether he was right for Reacher or not. Most people know about Reacher because of Mr. Cruz. I have a huge debt of gratitude for him and what he brought to the show.
And so he gave a check mark to you, Alan Ritchson, being Jack Reacher? Is that what
I
you
guess,
were told?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, it works. What either way, it works. It's pretty cool. So let me. I got to ask. What's a cheat day look like for you, Alan? What's a cheat day look like for you?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's what people need to know. If your lifestyle is one of health and fitness, every day can become a cheat day.
What? I mean, okay.
It's about temperance. It's moderation throughout the day. You don't have to go on these insane calorie deficit sprees and and then punish yourself in the gym. Like, I work out 30, 45 minutes a day. I get it in, get a little pump. I might have a slice of pizza for lunch because I feel like it, And I heard it. I had a sundae last night, a giant sundae at dinner with my agents. We were hanging out. I had ice cream. So what? I'm going to work it off today because I know every day I'm going to be getting something in.
You must have the metabolism of a rat because, I mean, if I have a sundae, I am going to, it's going to sit on me for 48 hours. Oh, come on.
Drywall. Yeah, that's. Thank you. Yeah,
dude, you had you didn't have a sundae the night before this photograph.
Bro, I had pizza. I had probably 2 pizzas the night before that, and Craig's cookies, the best cookies in Toronto.
By the way, okay, Craig's as in the Craig's restaurant.
Craig's cookies. Oh, I was there last night. I love.
You had those Sundays?
I had that Sunday last night.
Wow! I've had that Sunday, and I don't look like that. Seriously, just a 30, 45-minute workout?
Yeah, but dude, I've been doing this for decades. People think it's like, well, how long would it take to go 20 years, 30 minutes a day for 20 years? Come tell me. If you have a weight problem or you don't have some kind of abs after 20 years of 5 days a week, come talk to me. You need to see a geneticist or something.
Some kind of abs. I mean, even washboards are jealous right now looking at this photograph.
I'm feeling bad about all my life decisions.
All right. You're an inspiration, sir. Thanks. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. So you have pizza and ice cream and all that stuff?
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I will say testosterone helps for all the young men out there. But here's what's funny. I talked about this once before. And I've been, this is oversharing. I don't care. Like, people are going to eviscerate me no matter what.
Who's eviscerating you?
Everybody. Dude, I did a thing for Men's Health.
Okay.
Like an expose on my, after Reacher, everybody wanted to know what I do.
Yeah, sure.
For Reacher, I was 205 when I got cast. I was a scraggly, scrawny. I thought I was big. I was always playing superheroes.
Yeah.
I look back at those photos now and I'm like, oh my God, I look like a kid, like a marathon runner.
Yeah.
I was 205, 6'3", 205. I needed to put on 30 pounds for the role.
Okay.
I needed to be at least 235. That was like my mandate from the studio. You cannot show up to set without being
for Reacher.
I had 8 months to do it.
Wow. Okay.
I built a gym in my house.
Okay.
And I worked my ass off. You cannot believe how hard I worked.
Okay.
Every day, like it was my life depended on it. 2 hours a day. So in that amount of time, I could put the muscle on.
Yes.
And I did it without any help. No steroids, no testosterone, nothing.
Good for you.
Just hard work. So I get through, but it also killed me. I was like, I had to get shoulder surgery after the season, and it was rough. And so I get done with the season. I'm super fatigued. I'm like, things aren't working in my body. I can't breathe. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I work out all the time. I should be feeling better. And I go to the doctor and let's do a blood panel. He's like, oh, you have no testosterone. I was like, okay, I guess I beat it out of myself. So we started on testosterone, and it was like, oh my God, like a new me. And ever since then, it makes my job easier. There's going to be less wear and tear because I don't have to push. I don't have to do what I did to replicate that again. But it's been great, and if you're, I'm 40 years old. If you're, late 30s, early 40s, and you're, just starting to feel like you're slowing down, it's so instrumental in so many mechanisms in your body. It's a mood stabilizer. It helps, take hemoglobin into your cells. You oxygenate your cells. You just feel better, more alive, more awake, and helps process fat and build lean muscle. It's like a wonder drug.
And you have 3 children, right? Three kids. How old are they now? How old are
10, 9, and 7.
So that's a dad bod, technically.
That's a dad bod.
That's the ultimate dad bod. Like you have won the dad bod race.
But it's important that people know. I'm not lying about it. I never took testosterone until well after season 1. So like it's possible to do it on your own, but but if like me, you're after longevity, I would like to help people enjoy 20 seasons of Reacher.
Yes.
If we're going to do that, we're going to have to do it smart.
Okay. And you're from Florida originally? Is that where you're from originally?
Yeah. My parents retired there.
So, okay. So did you ever, any football coach ever pull you aside and say, let's get a helmet and pads on you?
When I was a senior, so I was a late bloomer, very late bloomer. My whole life has been like that. My career's been like that.
Sure.
I'm 40 and just now sort of, breaking. And, I've been a late bloomer and I've come to really enjoy what that means for my life.
Right.
But, I was like prepubescent at 17.
Okay.
With no hair. And I still remember this dude in the cafeteria. One day I wore shorts and he's like, Ritchson doesn't have any hair on his legs. And that was the last time I've worn shorts publicly. The last time. No armpit hair. And so I wanted to force the issue. So I was like, and I'm going to make my body change.
Yeah.
And I went every day for 1 year. Saturdays, Sundays, rain, snow, doesn't matter. I never missed a day. I worked out at this set of monkey bars, push-ups, pull-ups, dips, and sit-ups. I ran to it every day for a year.
Because that guy said something to you about your legs?
A lot of people were like, and I was like a chorus boy, so I was singing and I rollerbladed to chorus practice because it was the most efficient way to get there, and they're like, you're and I'm in deep South Florida, like the Panhandle where it's, they're rolling in on their muddy quads with their mullets, and they're like, and they see me on my rollerblades.
Going to chorus practice.
Going to chorus practice. I had to do a little something about that, so I started working out, and by my senior year, near the end of my senior year, then, and also I hit puberty at the same time, so it just kind of worked. And
okay.
So my senior year, the football coach was like, "You got to come play for us." And I was like, "These guys, I don't even know what the routes would."
Right. Yeah.
These guys have been playing for 15 years. Half of them are already bald and almost retirement age. They look like they're ready to retire. So I don't know. I don't think it's for me. But
do you want to go back to the Panhandle with a camera and find these people today?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'll find them on the docks. Yeah.
Hey guys, Alan's got hair on his legs now. What's up? Anybody want to go see Fast X? Anybody want to go stream Jack Reacher? That would be good.
Fast X, I really hope people enjoy Fast X. It's
they already are.
It's such a fun. It is such a fun. I love seeing that so many people around the world are still enjoying this kind of thing. But it's important to escape for a moment. It's such a great story. There's a great cliffhanger at the end. First time there's been a big cliffhanger at the end of a show, and people are talking about it and enjoying it and looking forward to what's next. So,
I love it.
I hope people enjoy it.
Congratulations on Fast X, Jack Reacher.
Thank you.
Your cheat days. Get
Every
out
day.
of here, man.
Every day's cheat
I never
day.
say that to a guest at the end of an interview, but get out. Okay, no. Congratulations on all of that, sir.
Thank you so much.
And enjoy your dadding and your dad bodding and all that sort of stuff.
Thanks.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Come back anytime whenever you're back in town. At Alan Ritchson on Instagram with the rest of the free world. Check him out in Fast X, currently in theaters nationwide. And season 2 of Reacher is coming soon. Is that what we're saying? Coming soon?
Coming soon.
Okay, keep an eye out for that. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.